to play a little game. Introducing Guess That Character, a brand new game on Switch Plus Podcast where you have to guess the character that I'm mimicking. Grab a pen and a piece of paper, because if you write it down and get it right, you win the grand prize of $5! $5 in Monopoly money, you know, the finest form of legal tender. Now, listen closely to the voice.
Mario. Oh, Mario?
Now, write down your guesses. If you said Pikachu from The Legend of Sonic, you're correct. Oh, how sinister. You're listening to Switch Plus. Hey everybody, welcome back to Switch Plus Podcast. I know it's been a while, but we are back. Today I am joined by Nicole and NESX2 Jason.
Hello.
What haunted missing Halloween episode?
We don't talk about that. Anyway, today we are going to be discussing something that we are all familiar with, mobile games. So mobile games are either controversial or good. It's like a 50-50 split. So I thought it would be a good idea to discuss this at some point. So to start off, I'm going to go with a more general question. What is the first mobile game y'all ever remember playing? I'm not talking about like Snake or Nokia shit, but like smartphone, tablet. If there's any mobile game that you remember playing for the first time as a kid, what was that game?
Play Angry Birds.
Angry Birds, nice.
Probably would not be a mobile game in the sense that we're gonna be talking about, but on my first iPod Touch, I remember my dad just went into the App Store and downloaded like chess and like Sudoku and stuff like that. So I used to fiend those a lot.
Nice.
I got into like quote unquote actual mobile original games later, but that was a lot of what I played to start with.
I think for me, because I didn't really have a phone back then, we got this Samsung tablet, and I think Fruit Ninja was pre-installed on it, so that's like the earliest one I remember. And I just remember being heavily addicted to that. Fruit Ninja is like, I don't want to say it's the best one, but it's highly up there.
I think I had the light one, and I played that one for a while.
Yeah, I remember that one.
These on my mom's iPad as a kid.
At that age, you played the light version of all of the mobile apps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like Minecraft Pocket Edition Lite.
Yeah. I don't think I paid for like a single mobile game until like I was old enough to do it myself.
When I found out about like Android APKs, I downloaded the full version of Pocket Edition for free. And yeah, Pocket Edition was like my first time playing Minecraft. I know it was on PC for a while, but I just never really got into it. I just played the mobile one because that was pretty much the easiest one I had access to because I didn't really have a good computer either.
I remember when I got Pocket Edition as a kid for like $6.99 off the App Store, and like now it's like $15, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Canadian, yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, it's $6.99 over here on Google Play last time I checked.
Oh.
I actually could do a brief search real quick.
Pretty sure Terraria Mobile is still like $5 or $6, and it always has been.
It's $5 over here.
Hmm.
Interesting. But yeah, I remember the light versions and the paid versions, but now most of the time it's just free and riddled with ads, but
Free to play
yeah.
ish.
Some games do it to where like you can pay like a $2.99 inside the app and just get rid of all the ads. I like that. But the ones that are just free overall and you get an ad like literally every time you do something, that is the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah, no, like now I have like solitaire or like a simple puzzle thing that's not even really much of a game on my phone just for when I'm bored. Because modern mobile games, we'll get into that. But yeah, I mostly have like just puzzle stuff on my phone for when I'm bored and need something to do. And it's just like I get done with a round of solitaire or whatever, and then I want to start a new one, and then I have to watch like a minute-long ad, and it's just like that doesn't make me want to pay for it.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's annoying, but also I don't want to have to pay to make the app functional without interrupting me every 10 seconds.
I think the worst ones, y'all heard of Words with Friends?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Oh,
I haven't
okay,
really
so
played it, but I know what it is.
yeah, They make you every time you make a move, every time you place a letter down, there's an ad for it.
Bruh.
Every time you place a letter.
Huh.
It is so bad. I only played it because like I was doing it for like one of those survey apps where you just get paid for playing mobile games, and God, that was the worst goddamn thing I've ever had to experience.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is so
sometimes when I
repetitive.
when I play mobile games, I would like turn off the Wi-Fi and like my
Yeah.
data so that like I can just not have to deal with the ads.
Yeah.
The problem with that is sometimes those mobile apps are like poorly designed and like they just throw the ads in there, surprise surprise. So I've tried to do that, and with some mobile apps it will like try and load the ad and just sit there for even longer than what you would be watching the ad for.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
And
think they
it's just
were
like,
starting to catch on to that.
yeah.
I did that a lot when I have one of the games here that I was listing Aqua Park. I had a phase where I played that a lot in high school. Like it was a mobile game ad that I would see and I just kind of liked it. I don't know if you know it's like where you're on a water slide.
I'm looking it up real quick. I might recognize it, but
Like
I
it was
don't think I've
actually
ever played
pretty
it.
fun. But yeah, every time you would finish like the race, there would be like an ad.
Oh, aquapark.io?
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
And it has like little animals in it?
Yeah, like little animals, little people, and then you're like sliding down a water slide and you can jump off the side of it and go flying into like a pool.
Oh, okay. I think my sister has played this, but I haven't. I recognize it. Looks cute.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's one of the modern mobile games that I really liked actually.
yeah. All right. So now that we've talked about our first, did we talk about favorites yet? Like overall favorite?
I
I
don't
don't
think we've
think
talked
so.
about overall favorites yet, no.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. So if I were to pick one, I think I'm inclined to say Angry Bird Seasons because that one was pretty good. It was one of those Angry Bird ones that, um, there were different worlds that they would keep adding, and the theme of the game would change every time. So the first Angry Bird season world or whatever, it's like classic Angry Birds, the classic style. But then the next one, it would be like some kind of Japan theme, and there would be cherry blossoms and stuff. I don't know. It was really good, and they had like a lot of new birds in it.
I remember that one. I remember playing it on an old iPhone 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to like re-download it. I got this virtual machine on my phone where I could like run older versions of Android because that game doesn't really work on modern phones anymore, and it got delisted. So
Wait,
trying to
Angry
run
Birds
that again.
even got delisted?
Yeah, I think the only classic
Oh,
they brought back the original Angry Birds for a while, but that one got delisted too. I don't know why.
oh
Well,
dang.
I know why that was. It's because Rovio is focusing a lot more on their modern Angry Birds games that have like the microtransactions or whatever. And they had some like PR thing that they tried to say about it. But basically what it boils down to is they don't want their like free apps from like the classic era of mobile games where you can just download it for free and you have a full game right there to be in competition with the apps that they're trying to push now that have a lot more microtransactions and stuff in there.
I
So
remember the Mighty Eagle was a microtransaction, wasn't it?
yeah,
Oh
but
yeah,
that wasn't something that you needed to like play the game. You could
Yeah.
just play the entirety of Angry Birds for free because mobile games used to be like that. But
Mm.
yeah, now they have a bunch of Angry Birds spin-off games or whatever that have a bunch of microtransactions or are like paid to play in some form.
yeah. I saw that
And
Angry Birds 2 thing, and I'm like,
yeah,
eh.
no, literally a big chunk, if not the main reason that the classic Angry Birds games are no longer available officially is because they are full games that you could get for free, which is a better deal than what they're pushing out now. So they took those down so you don't get that option because
Oh,
they want you to pay for their games.
well, I'm gonna hop on that virtual machine then.
Yep.
So what about you
Now that I
guys?
think about it, I haven't even played an Angry Birds game in like so long.
I haven't either, and I'm stalling because I'm trying to figure out a question my favorite mobile game of all time. I don't know if I have a singular favorite, but I have a few good memories of ones I played with my friends in high school that we can get into when we talk about those.
Okay,
Um, but on the topic of Angry Birds, I fiended the Star Wars one. That one was the best one.
Yeah, they had some pretty good crossover versions.
I don't think I played that one, but I remember playing Rio and Space.
Oh, I remember Space in Rio.
Rio,
remember
I'm
watching,
still
like, all
trying
the
to convince
animated
myself it's a
trailers,
real
too.
thing. Yeah. Rio seems like a fever dream to me, but I do remember Space a lot.
Yeah, that one was like a big deal when it came out. I remember everyone had that one.
Mm.
I'm trying to look up like the other versions just to get some more nostalgia.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the App Store and I just see like all the like bubble popping Angry Birds games.
Yeah, no, my mom plays one of those a lot.
Oh, I see Bad Piggies here.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say
play
that.
one.
I remember that one too. That one was
I
pretty
never
good.
played Bad Piggies.
It was pretty good.
It was fun.
But yeah, no, I see my mom playing the bubble popping Angry Birds one a lot.
Yeah, same.
But they had a Bad Piggies 2?
Wait, what? Let me see.
And it
Hold
got
on.
discontinued. Wait, that thing
Oh,
lasted.
wait, it's gone, yeah.
That thing literally lasted a few months, and then they just shut it down. What the hell?
Oh, jeez.
That's insane. I know they had a racing one called Angry Birds Go, if you guys remember that one.
I think I played that one.
That one was also kind of solid. And I would not be surprised in the slightest if Rovio took that one down too.
I don't remember much of it, but yeah, I do remember that I downloaded it once.
Yeah, me and some person at school used to play that one all the time. I'm looking at a lot of them, and there are a lot more games than I remember. Angry Birds Journey?
Oh yeah, Angry Birds Dream Blast is the one that I'm thinking about that my mom plays. I never knew the name of that, but I just saw it and that's it.
And then Angry Birds
it's
Evolution?
this one that popped up here.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into these at some point. It's crazy that Angry Birds is a Sega franchise now, by the way.
Oh yeah.
He's in Red's in Sonic Dash.
What the hell?
At least I think so. Like if I remember correctly, let me just double check here.
Oh, does he use like the movie design?
Yeah.
This is kind of turning into an Angry Birds episode too. But
Angry Birds episode.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, talking about Angry Birds being owned by Sega now, that just reminds me. I remember, back when Smash Ultimate was still getting DLC and like people were talking about like what characters they wanted in there. I remember the topic of who would the first mobile game rep be, and I heard Red from Angry Birds so much.
I could see it.
And now that they're owned by Sega.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Instead of getting another Sonic character, we're getting Red from Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Angry Birds. So, Nicole, did you pick yours yet?
Oh, no, I haven't. I've gotten distracted by Angry Birds. Let me see. Like, I get into phases with mobile games where, like, I have a favorite for a while.
Yeah.
Like, my most recent favorite one was, well, if it counts, probably because I played on my phone, was Sonic Dream Team. That was just really fun.
Yeah, I want to play that one, but I can't.
It's really good. But yeah, like I've had like phases where like I really like Angry Birds, or I see here like Cut the Rope. Oh, Where's My Water? That was one I really liked.
Oh, remember Where's My Perry? They made a Perry the Platypus version.
I think I remember that. I don't think I played it, but like I think I saw like ads for it.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized I could do? I'm trying to think back of like the phases that I had, like the games that just got popular with me and my friends in like high school or whatever. And I just remembered purchase history is a thing.
Oh, nice.
And I think I have most of these already.
Yeah, I think I should look mine up too while I'm at it.
I'm gonna look mine up because I have like a list of ones that I want to bring up like super rapid fire at some point.
All right, so while you do that, I guess I'll lean into the next topic. So we were kind of on this already, but the classic era. So, do you guys remember Doodle Jump?
Yeah.
I remember it, but I didn't play it.
Oh yeah, I was terrible at that one.
I really should have.
It's like all motion controls. You would tilt the phone, and he would jump that direction.
I think Sonic Jump was pretty similar to that one.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, and the Fever version.
I don't think I played the Fever one, but like, oh my god, I played the crap out of the original one though. Like,
yeah. And I'm trying to think of another one. There was this virtual alien pet simulator thing called Poo or Poe, POU. I think I got to
That's
share.
another one I heard of, but I didn't play.
Yeah,
But there was this one that I played that was kind of similar, but it was like pixels. Like it was a pixel art style. Let me see if I can find it.
But yeah, the Poo app, that was one that was like really popular with the people I grew up with, and I think it is still around.
You guys, Tasty Planet.
Tasty Planet, I've heard of it, but I never played it.
I was looking through the list and I was gonna bring up a short list, but if we're talking classic ones, then I have to bring up Tasty Planet because that is actually one that I put an insane amount of time into. So basically, like you're this little gray blob that gets made by scientists in a lab. It's like meant to like eat particles of dirt as like a cleaning agent or whatever. But have you played like Agar.io when that came out? This is like the precursor to that, like a single player thing, where it's like you're this little gray blob and you have to eat like little pieces of dirt or small objects or whatever, but then you get bigger with the things that you eat, and it's just a series of levels where you just keep getting bigger and bigger until you like start eating like plants and like bugs, and then you go up to like small animals, and then you actually just start, eating people, cars, entire buildings.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It goes up and up like through the levels, and you just keep going, and then you like go into space and you literally eat the entire solar system, and it just keeps going out. Yeah, then there's levels where you're eating entire galaxies at once because you're that big.
Oh my god, I need to check that. Oh, they have it on Steam?
It's on Steam?
What? Oh, it actually is.
There was that one, and then there was like a sequel that was like time travel based, where like it's a separate thing, but early on you eat like the scientist's time machine and start randomly warping through time, so it's like the same thing, but like then you eat like things themed around different time periods or whatnot.
Oh, that's sick.
But yeah,
I might have to check that one out.
I don't know why that one stuck out to me specifically among all of the ones that I would, but I think that was like the first one that like me personally got really into outside of it just being a generally popular one.
Nice. I'm looking at another list right now. Do you guys have any memories with Temple Run?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I played a ton of Temple Run 1 and 2.
I didn't play it too much, but like whenever I had a friend who had a phone on and we would like take turns playing on his phone, that was one that we often played a little bit.
That wasn't my infinite runner of choice. I think I was more of a Jetpack Joyride guy.
I don't think I've played that one.
Me neither, but with Temple Run, I remember there was this glitch that kind of was like a thing people did a lot at the time, where I think you would swipe twice really fast when doing like a left or right turn, and you would be like stuck in a loop where you don't have to do anything, so that you could get like a high score without like doing anything. And I remember I tried to do that one time only to realize that they patched it, and I got an achievement saying the glitch, and it was like a thing that said tried to cheat winky face.
I love that.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry Shark. Did you guys play that one?
Not really.
Oh, Hungry Shark Evolution. Yeah, that one was a fun one too. You probably already can tell what that is, but you control the shark and you pretty much just cause destruction, eat people. And I think later on they added weapons and stuff to it, which I don't know how that works, but
oh my gosh.
That one was
I was going to ask if it would be similar to Tasty Planet, but
no, it's different.
I'm looking at my purchased apps like from when I was a kid. Oh my god, the amount of talking animals, like holy crap.
Which talking animal?
I see Talking Tom, Talking Ben,
Oh lord.
Talking Angela,
yeah.
Pierre the Parrot.
Ho ho ho.
Ugh.
No.
I was obsessed with these things though.
It's crazy how iShowSpeed made Talking Ben relevant again.
Yeah.
My dad still uses Talking Ben.
Oh, I'll throw a couple out here. Pac-Man 256.
Oh yes, dude! I had like every Pac-Man mobile game on my phone.
I'm pretty sure that was made by the same people potentially as, or maybe not. But I remember playing it around the same time as Crossy Road.
Mm-hmm. That one's also good.
That's like an arcade thing now. Like I see it at arcades
well,
now.
a lot of those classic mobile games are arcade games now. Like I still see like Flappy Bird arcade machines.
The Crossy Road arcade
yeah,
machine is
Flappy
actually
Bird,
busted. You can get so many tickets off that.
Oh no, yeah. You know why? Because you don't there's not a thing to move left or right. It'll just automatically course correct you as long as you're near like a space you can jump forward on. So I can literally mash pressing forward on that and get like 200 easily.
Yeah.
I think Piano Tiles is an arcade thing now too.
Oh,
It
Piano
is,
Tiles
yeah.
is nice. I remember that one too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, speaking of mobile arcade versions, there was a Flappy Bird one when I was a kid at this arcade I was in, and they have like a thing where if you beat the high score of the day, then you get an absurd amount of tickets. And somehow I did that, and it gave me like almost 1,000 tickets just off of that. And it gave me so many that the machine ran out of tickets, and I had to go find an employee to restock and give me the rest of my tickets.
It sounds like a lot of people were abusing that one.
Yeah, so that was one of my crowning achievements at an arcade as a kid.
Yeah, I think they
I
got
miss
rid of
Flappy
that one
Bird.
where I live because people were too good at it.
I feel
Sometimes
like
I
this might be
still play,
placebo,
like-
but I feel like it was easier than the mobile version.
It actually is, yeah.
Sometimes I still like find like these re-uploads, I guess, of Flappy Bird on Safari and play those sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original version still somehow works with my phone for some reason.
I already mentioned Agario. Oh, actually, speaking of Flappy Bird, anybody play Flappy Golf?
I have not.
Flappy
I've
Golf.
heard of it.
That was one of the ones that like my friends on our like school iPads when we still had access to the App Store before all like half the guys in our grade got the App Store banned because they did nothing but play Madden Mobile and Clash Royale in class all the time. I digress.
For us, it would be Minecraft. Like all the teachers would just be like, "Stop playing Minecraft."
Yeah, no, Clash Royale and Madden were like the main offenders from like part of my class that got the App Store banned. But me and my friends would just find some niche thing and just start playing it. So Flappy Golf, like I was talking about, it's kind of same controls as Flappy Bird, where like you just tap to flap upwards, but you can go like left and right depending on which way you tap. And it's like golf, where you're in single player, you're trying to get to the hole in as few like taps as possible, and you can tap at any time like Flappy Bird, but you're trying to get into the hole with as few taps as possible, and then you can play like wireless multiplayer as like a race mode, and we liked it a lot because like it has an insane amount of levels that were all just like for free.
Mhm.
And then we found out if one person beat the game, then we could all just play them. So I just grinded that shit out and got to like the impossible levels so we could all just race on them.
Nice.
But it was so fun. And then there's like you get ranked based on how many flaps that you take. And there's some levels where it's like you have to optimize that. Like there's one where it's like a diagonal drop down, but you can get it in like 2 very precise inputs. And I labbed that out so hard.
I have to check that out. That actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you
It's so
mentioned like playing niche stuff in the class with people, because that's like honestly the best way to do it. A lot of people would just play the popular games, obviously, but that's similar
Yeah.
to what me and my friends did. We would just go on the Play Store and we would just look up the most random games downloaded and end up having a lot more fun than what we would have playing something like Clash of Clans or whatever. No shade
Yeah,
towards
like-
that game, but like the fun, goofy arcade games are like the way, really.
I did get slightly into Clash Royale a little bit, not as much as like everyone else, but like it was pretty alright. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Clash Royale more than I enjoyed Clash of Clans because it was more just like hop in like gameplay type of deal, like quick match type deal. But yeah, I need to check to see if Flappy Golf has online because I feel like it does, but obviously we only played like local multiplayer. But if that has online, then we're hopping on. This is non-negotiable.
Yeah, my friends and I did that with this game called Bomb Squad, and it was you could play it online or locally, and it's like a lot of mini games where you throw bombs at each other, and they have like a bunch of different game modes and party modes, and there was capture the flag, they had deathmatch, sports games, zombies modes. It is like really good. I think we should all hop on that sometime. It's still up on the Play Store. I don't know if it's on the App Store. Oh, it's on the Mac App Store, but I don't know about iPhone for some reason.
Yeah, no, I gotta see.
You can get an Android emulator on the computer either way it goes.
I'm gonna go through my list of apps I had because there's also a sequel to Flappy Golf. I'm gonna go through this list. I'm gonna see how many of these have online multiplayer because I don't remember because I only played locally. But yeah, Yeah, so Flappy Golf was really good. I also remember that was like freshman year of high school. That was one of the first ones that my friends and I found. I remember sitting in homeroom playing that like on our iPads, and I remember my homeroom teacher came over, and he was like a little bit one of the tougher ones, I would say, because he was like a coach for a sport or something like that. You know how that is.
Yeah.
And I remember being a freshman playing that game with my friends, and he just like walked up right behind me, just kind of stood over me for a second. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, oh no, I thought I could play iPad games in homeroom because we're not doing anything. Am I going to get in trouble? And he just like reaches over and takes my iPad and just holds it, and then proceeds to start beating my friends. And he's just like, man, you guys suck at this.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. Yeah, so I think I'm also looking around. I think Geometry Dash.
Oh yes.
Were you guys good at that?
I didn't really
Sometimes
play it all that much, to
I
be
still
honest.
play it. It's at the music.
I am terrible at that.
I'm surprised I
It's
didn't play
kind
it
of a
more
rhythm game.
than, yeah. It is a rhythm game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't play more of that. I feel like I would enjoy it a lot more now. I probably should.
I played it in middle school a lot, but afterwards didn't really go back to it. Probably should.
I have the light one installed on my phone. I just realized that. Yeah, I like going back to that sometimes.
Wait, let me see how much
Oh.
the paid version is.
While you're looking that up, I have another app that I can't find anymore because I know it's been taken down because it just stopped being supported with iOS updates. But I have to mention it. I'm gonna share a video with you guys, and if you wanna put like a clip of this up or something in the actual podcast, but I want you guys to see this.
I'll put a screenshot. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, there's well, it's just from some random channel uploading no commentary gameplay of it.
Oh,
But
okay.
one of the games with is there like a there's a text chat that I can put in the podcast chat. It was a prop hunt mobile app because like
Yeah, I switched to your
Oh.
phone for a second.
I switched to my phone. I was putting the link in. Whoops. All right, I'm back. But yeah, it was a prop hunt mobile app because we're like, man, we like prop hunt, but we don't really have time. We can't really play Gmod prop hunt because we're at school on our iPads, not on like computers or anything. So we're looking for mobile app prop hunt alternatives, and we found this one that was like top down. And for some reason, we were just obsessed with that one. It had like 5 maps in it, and they were all like they were fairly small, so it got to the point where like we just had the maps memorized, but there was so much cheese in that game that we would just grind that out. And I know that did have online, so we'd play against randoms too, and it was so fun.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video right now. It does look pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird, low quality jank, and I think it's not on the App Store anymore because like they just stopped updating it with iOS updates. But it was so fun. Like since it was top down, we'd do stuff like on the farm level, we would turn into a haystack and hide on top of another haystack, so it would just look normal. Because it got to the point, like we literally just had the maps memorized, and we had to ban this Christmas themed map where you could go into houses because going into houses would just like teleport you into the house, which is in a separate spot. So we would just keep running in and out of houses as you do. But I'm so sad that there's no way to play that anymore because that was actually like the best prop hunt mobile app that we could find.
Yeah, RIP to all the apps that just got destroyed because lack of support.
Rip.
So there was this one WarioWare clone, not clone, I don't want to say clone, but it was heavily inspired by WarioWare, and it was called Badass, and it was like very grindy because you had to like earn a lot of coins to like unlock the next worlds, and it was pretty decent. But then it got shut down. I think they actually used some actual WarioWare music, and that's probably what caused it to get taken down.
Yeah.
But it was also pretty solid. It came back for a brief second, but the app just does not work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I might talk to the dev on that again because he was the guy who randomly came to me and he's like, hey, I re-uploaded it. But now it's just down now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So another WarioWare inspired well, at least I think it's kind of inspired game that I used to play a lot was Dumb Ways to Die.
Yeah, that's also I remember that one.
Yeah, and like as a kid, like I've played WarioWare and I never really put that together. And it wasn't until like a while ago I kind of was like, hey, this is kind of like WarioWare.
Yeah, WarioWare really inspired that genre, and I didn't put it together either till later. I'm also trying to look down my list again.
Actually, an app that was one that we played in high school too, that I recently actually re-downloaded because I was reminded it exists. It's a game called Auralux, and it's like a real-time strategy game where basically you and like a couple other bots. I don't know if they had actual multiplayer because the maps were kind of designed for single player based on your starting position. But you'd have a couple bots in there, and you'd all start as like stars on a map, and then there'd be stars in set places around the map. And you have your home base star, and that star every second would like put out a little like piece of energy, and then you could use those pieces of energy to take over another star nearby, like an empty star. You could occupy it for yourself by putting enough energy into it, and then once it became your star, it would start producing energy, and you could upgrade certain stars so they would produce more energy per second. And then you could also use the energy to attack your opponents and like destroy their stars. And it was like, be the last person standing strategy type game. So that was something that it was single player, but me and my friends all kind of played it individually. And the reason I re-downloaded it is because a few weeks ago, I got a Game Center notification that one of my friends from high school beat my best time on like several levels in the game, which means he randomly re-downloaded and started playing it and randomly popped off in it. So I re-downloaded the game to take those high scores back.
Oh yeah, I did say talk about that.
Yeah.
I just looked this up and apparently it's on Switch.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what's it called?
Auralux.
Auralux.
and Xbox One apparently.
Dude, all these mobile apps are on actual platforms that are not mobile I could play them on now. That's hype. I need to get Tasty Planet on Steam. I need to get Auralux on Switch.
When I was in high school though, like in ninth grade, I had this friend who recommended this game to me called Neko Atsume, and like I was obsessed with that game for
That's
a
the
while.
cat game, right?
Yes, the cat game.
That's all I remember from it. It just has an adorable cat on
You
it.
just watch cats and they go in your little virtual yard and play, and you can take pictures of them, and it's cute.
Oh yeah, I had a friend that played this.
I'm also seeing all the IO games in my history, like
Slither IO.
Slither IO, Paper IO, that had like 4 different versions of it for some reason.
I remember Agario when I found out you can like get different skins by typing in different names.
Yeah.
I'll put Doge on there.
Oh yeah, the Tasty Planet sequel, the time travel one, it's subtitled Back for Seconds.
Yeah, that's the one I saw on Steam.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the first one wouldn't be. But I do remember originally finding Tasty Planet on, one of the sites you would go on in the school computer for games, like before even mobile. Like It was probably on Friv or something.
So did anyone play the Pac-Man mobile game? Like just the original Pac-Man mobile game?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, they have like different mazes on there and it's really good.
Yeah, I played that a little bit, but I was more interested in like the sort of spin-off Pac-Man ones, like the 256 one and all that.
Yeah. And I think Sonic 4 was another one. I played it for a brief amount of time. It's just the physics were kind of weird, but I did have a little bit of fun with that one.
Which one was this, sorry?
Sonic 4.
Oh, Sonic 4, yeah. I played the first and second one, but like I haven't played that in a really long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I remember one of the levels of Sonic 4 Episode 2, I think it's Act 2 of White Park Zone. The music is like a very short loop, and me being like a kid playing it, I'd have it at like full volume, and I remember my mom was just like, can you please turn it down? And the worst part is I got stuck in that level too.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I'm looking at my other stuff here. Anybody ever play Scribblenauts?
Yeah,
Scribblenauts
Remix?
Remix.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm literally right there on my purchase history.
Yeah, I
was a
actually
fun one.
never played Remix just because I'm like, I have the actual Scribblenauts game on my DS, I'm good. But
That's the only Scribblenauts I've played, actually. But like I remember just like putting hats on like creatures or like making them fight or something. It
Yeah,
was
I would
really
screw
fun.
around in the free play mode and just get a bunch of
Or like on the
weapons.
title screen.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I would just type in swords and rocket launchers and jetpacks.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Maxwell for Smash.
Yeah, at least multiverses.
At least multiverses.
Yeah.
I back on the topic. I'm trying to find which of these games have online multiplayer. This one might. It's called Drive Ahead Fun Car Battles, and it's basically like this super simple, like pixel based, like it's kind of like a monster truck battle game, but it's like a short round type game where you're one on one with another person, and you're in like a different type of car, and you can unlock different types of cars, that have like different builds or whatnot. And the point is to like hit your opponent on their head, like their head is exposed out of the car, and you have to maneuver around the map and like try and hit them on the head while protecting yourself. So it's kind of got like that 2D Rocket League physics type feel, but you're just trying to get a hit on your opponent.
Interesting.
And that was super fun. Like that game has like a whole on meta, and then when you're playing with friends, you just get like random cars every time, so you just like see who gets screwed over by getting the tiny car. So I think that has online. I don't know how good the online is, but that's another one that I would recommend we try.
Oh, one that I talked about not too long ago. I think it was a couple months ago, but Fun Run. I know Hunt played that one too. Fun Run is a series of games. It's a side-scrolling auto runner, and you get items. I think you would really like this one. You get items and then like saw blades and stuff. Throw them forward. There's lightning, and you play as these cute little animals. The first two games were like very bloody, but I think for 3 and 4,
Bloody?
yeah, it was bloody. And I think for 3 and 4 they toned it down so it's just like cotton or something. I guess to make it more appeal to everyone. But 3 and 4 are still up on the stores if y'all want to. Excuse me. If you want to download those at some point, they're really good.
Okay.
So Fun Run 4 is the latest one, but yeah, that one's also really fun. You pick an animal or a skin, and you race to the finish. It's 4 players. They have clans. You could go against friends or randoms, get items, knock each other out, and see who can reach the finish line first.
Yeah. I found Terraria in my history. I remember that. I think that has like multiplayer on the same Wi-Fi network. So when we still had the App Store on our school iPads, I would try and set up a world with my friends when we were in different classes and just try and do a Terraria run during school. Which I haven't played Terraria Mobile in a while, and they've updated it to try and be more in line with like the main versions because they're working towards every platform, every modern platform being on the exact same version so they can work on crossplay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they added a bunch of like extra like tap controls to Terraria Mobile, I think, to make sure you can do everything that you could do in like the PC version just as quickly, like basically having more tap buttons on the screen to replace like not having hotkeys on mobile.
So what do you
So-
think about that actually? Like, do you like how Minecraft and Terraria are like making every version in unison, or did you prefer like mobile and PC being different?
I am not much of a Minecraft player, so I can't really comment on that. But with Terraria, I get trying to make all the versions the same so you can have crossplay. I'm all about that for PC and console versions.
Mhm.
The thing with Terraria is that it was originally developed by a different studio that like did the mobile port, and they put in like mobile exclusive content in there. And to be clear, the mobile exclusive content wasn't really anything like super crazy. Like a lot of it was like reskinned bosses or something like that, but it was unique stuff, and it was like never put into like the actual versions of Terraria because that wasn't like stuff that Relogic made. They didn't want to put not their own stuff into the game. But yeah, like the mobile version had like exclusive content, and like when I was new to Terraria and didn't really care about like being super great at or optimizing combat or anything like that, like the simpler controls worked pretty well, and like touch controls are pretty nice for that style of game. So I don't know, like maybe it's nice to play it, but like if I want the full version of Terraria, I'm probably already playing it on PC anyway, even if the other versions content-wise are up to snuff, just because
Right.
I think it's a game that's best played on PC. But like, yeah, I kind of miss like the simplicity of the mobile version, just messing around in that. But that's what the 3DS version is for. Because the 3DS version is basically just a port of the mobile version, and it's stuck in version like 1.2 because first of all, they're not supporting the 3DS anymore. I don't think that the 3DS could handle any further updates. But I think the 3DS version still has the mobile content in it.
Yeah, I'm a bit iffy on it too. Like crossplay is always a good thing, but I think it kind of brings some of the regular, like Minecraft for example. Bedrock is a buggy mess. I
Yeah.
liked when I don't mind the crossplay. It's good because Minecraft is like on everything basically, and obviously you're bringing more people together. But I still think that the original version should not have been shut down because they ran a lot smoother. Like if you guys remember, like the Xbox 360 version, the PS4 version, the Wii U version, blah blah blah. The legacy console versions ran like really good because it was basically a port of the Java one.
Hmm.
But whenever Bedrock was put like everything in unison, it just feels not really optimized the best on each platform.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind Bedrock. It's decent on most platforms. I just feel like it should be a separate application while still allowing the legacy console versions to be together because those versions ran more smoother and not to mention the mini games and the battle stuff. It was really fun.
Terraria doesn't necessarily have that problem. Like it runs well on pretty much every system. It's more of just like this is probably just my nostalgia for the old Terraria mobile version talking, but it just feels weird having like all those tap buttons on screen to replace my hotkeys. And yeah, as a Terraria player, I understand needing to have those hotkeys there, especially as you're later into the game. But the child me that never got to that point in the game on mobile and only got to that point on PC doesn't really care. And I'm glad that Terraria is working towards crossplay because that's like the last hurdle that I'm dealing with in convincing some of my friends to play Terraria is like, is it crossplay? Because I want to play it on Xbox or whatever. Um, Even though I tell them just play the PC version, it's always going to be the superior way to play it, just control wise. Um, but yeah, I'm glad they're working towards crossplay. But having crossplay on mobile is not necessarily one of my priorities personally, because I would prefer to play it on any other system.
Right. I
I
would.
did like oh,
You can go
sorry.
ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah. I did like playing like Minecraft Pocket Edition like crossplay. Mainly because when I was at work and I'd go on my breaks, I'd just like play the Super Fire Bro world,
Mhm.
Minecraft world there, and that was just kind of fun. Also, I just I don't know if it's just me, but I just didn't find that like playing it on the Switch didn't run as well as like Pocket Edition for me at least.
Yeah, the Switch version does run weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But then again, what third-party game doesn't work on Switch?
true.
I mean, Terraria is pretty fine.
Anton Ball's fine.
I know Cuphead runs good. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys about this. So during like 2016, that's when I was heavily into Mugen, the fighting game, and I wanted like a mobile one to play while I was at school or whatever. And I came across this game called Mighty Fighter 2, and I'm gonna post a picture of it inside the Switch Plus podcast chat thing. And it basically had a bunch of parody characters. They had this bootleg Mario, Terry, Superman,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was
This looks
actually
great.
yeah, it was hysterical, but it was actually really fun. Unfortunately, it got taken down. I think I'll be able to run it through the old Android emulator, but yeah, that was another funny one. And there were like a bunch of bootleg Nintendo games that I would find every now and then. I had this it was like this Super Smash Brothers weird beat 'em up crossover thing that had Cloud and Rabid Luigi for some reason. I had like
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
no,
was
that
going
Chinese
on.
bootleg one. Yeah.
Yeah. It had voice acting, surprisingly.
Wait,
And
Yeah.
wait, what? Which one is this? Rabid Luigi and Cloud?
I got the screenshots. Hold on, I'm gonna find
Hold
it.
on. I literally I feel like in the past month I have looked this game up because it just pops in my brain randomly.
I'm trying to look for it. I don't remember. when I talked. That was a few years ago, I think.
Yeah, no, um
I'm wondering if it's the
Yeah,
one I'm
Super
thinking
Fighter
I'm
M.
Yeah, Super Fighter
wondering.
M. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's the one with like the weird voice acting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just playing through it normally. It used Odyssey cutscenes for some reason. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we're in the Ruined Kingdom. Cloud from Final Fantasy just fucking drops from the sky. And then a washing machine appears and Rabbit Luigi comes out of it. I don't know what the hell that
There's like
was.
a demon Mario or something.
Yeah, it had Bowsette in it for some reason.
Yeah.
It
Oh.
had
No,
Fox.
I remember Demon Mario. Is it good for me to destroy the world?
Wow.
Where is God when you need him?
Where is God? Jeez.
There was another
What
one that was
does
actually
Mario?
relatively decent. It was another one from China, but it was a Smash Brothers RPG, and I don't remember what the name of it was.
Was it like one of those where you had like the 3v3 like not beat 'em
Yeah,
up style, but yeah. It's
and
like,
then you would have like another assist character in the back. It had
Yeah.
Mario characters, it had Sonic characters, Mega Man characters, Pokemon assist character. It was so good, and I wish I remembered the name of it. I think it was Smash All Star RPG or something.
wait. I think I might have found it by accident while looking up the other
Oh,
one. Was it
Pocket All Star.
Yeah, Pocket All Star.
That's
Yep,
what it was.
Yep.
And it was up for a bit. It obviously got taken down for obvious reasons, but it was really good and surprisingly high quality for what you would expect.
I'm looking at screenshots of this and it does look really good.
Yeah, it was one of those games where like you couldn't
I
really
see-
control the characters, but they would automatically move themselves, but it was still really enjoyable.
I see Mr. L but Waluigi.
Yeah, they had Mr. Waluigi for some reason.
That's so cool.
Huh.
And I'm like, Nintendo, you could do something like this, but then I realized like it would be stuck to online only probably, and it would be butchered in some way, but I put a picture in there again. You could have like a little Pokemon assist in the back. You see Charmander back there. And it had the Koopalings on there, Wario, Donkey Kong. It was really good.
Sonic Boom Design Amy.
It reminds me of Sega Heroes.
Yeah,
like
the
that
art style is
kinda
similar.
Art style, yeah.
Yeah, that one was also a really good one. I do miss it.
Hmm.
And there's like a
Well.
bunch of Pokemon bootleg ones as well, but oh wait, they actually have the freaking sprites ripped? No way.
I used to like download a ton of Pokédex apps.
Let's see. I'm trying to find any more like mobile
I see
apps
Subway Surfers
that we're
in
talking
my,
about.
in
Oh,
my
Yeah.
first
how have we not talked about that one yet? I've meant to, but I forgot.
I just kind of glossed over that one because we talked about Temple Run and Jetpack Joyride, and yeah, of those like infinite runners, I mostly
Minion
played
Run.
Jetpack Joyride. Oh yeah, Meme Run.
I remember that. I remember the dude who made that got banned on Miiverse or something.
Oh, the Meme Run. That was like the eShop one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Minion Run.
Oh, I thought you said meme run.
Oh, no. I don't think I played that one, but I remember seeing it on the eShop.
Yeah. That one got taken down because I think Trollface copyright or something. Oh, there was one called Super Smash Clash Brothers. Let me put a
Super
picture of
Smash.
that. This one, it had a very interesting roster. There's a penguin, some vampire guy, some dude who looks like a mashup of Mario and M. Bison. That one was like a pretty... It's charming, but obviously not optimized the best. I would compare it to like Smash Flash 1.
Hmm.
But I mean, it did the trick for younger me who just wanted like a Smash like to play on mobile.
We gotta have like a Flash game episode.
Yeah, I can talk about that one for hours easily.
Mhm.
If we're talking about weird bootleg games, there was one that I played for like a little bit of time and it didn't last that long. But I'm looking at videos of it right now. Okay, so there was like an bootleg Undertale fan game for mobile that I remember for like the briefest amount of time. It was called Dead Tail Online. And It's basically like you could just kind of pick an Undertale character as your avatar, and then it was like kind of just there's like lobbies that were just different locations from the game that you could just walk around, talk to people into, and yeah, it was RP hell, whatever. But like the main thing with it was that there's like this game mode that you could play with people. It was like hide and escape. And thinking about how I was going to describe it, I think it's basically just like a Dead by Daylight ripoff, but like looking like Undertale, because you would have somebody that would just be chasing everybody else around trying to kill them, and then you had to like get away from them and set traps to like slow them down and all that. So that was mostly what I interacted with it for. But I'm now realizing, looking at these videos, how much there actually was in there, because they had like a really shitty like sands fight thing where it wasn't like the Undertale battle system. You were just walking around like in an overworld while the attacks were going on around you, and you were just walking around them.
Interesting.
Wait, I think they had a Bomberman knockoff game mode in here. Man, I wish this. Yeah, they did.
I'm looking at a screenshot of this game and I see 4 sands.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I had played this game more when it was out, because I only really knew about the hide and escape mode. But yeah, apparently they just made a bunch of like different game modes that are ripoffs of other games. It was just like an Undertale MMO thing.
I used to play a lot of like monster collectors as well. One was called Monster Squad. It was your typical mobile RPG game, and unfortunately it got shut down. And I looked out of curiosity as of recently, and there are still a lot of people trying to get it revived, and I feel so bad for them because I know people who have spent like so much time on this.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm looking at videos, and yeah, I just found hide and escape. It is literally Dead by Daylight. They're actually just generators. I thought it was just kind of a similar idea. It is just Dead by Daylight.
There was another one I had in mind. Before Mario games were on the App Store, I used to play this game called Lep's World, and
Yep.
That
yeah,
sounds familiar.
Lep's
Let me
World. It has
see.
like a leprechaun, but it's
Oh,
pretty much
yeah,
Mario.
yeah.
Yeah, I would play these like all the time. I had Lep's World 1, 2, and 3 on lock. I would just play through those.
One of the first like Google images I see here is just straight up doing the Mario pose, like with the jump.
Yeah, hitting a block.
Yep.
There's some like weird mobile game in here somewhere that was like, it wasn't a straight up like 2D platformer like that is, like Lep's World, but I think there was like an auto runner that the art style was based off of the original Super Mario Bros. Yeah, it's called Super Mega Runners. And yeah, they ripped off like a lot of the art style of Super Mario Bros. But it was more of just like one of those auto runner games.
It had the guy in like the suit and tie, right?
Yeah, like the app icon is, I think, like a Mario style version of Abraham Lincoln for some reason.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Wait, they have a new one? Oh wow, that got updated December of last year.
That game did?
Super Mega Runners. They have one called Stage Maker. I guess it's a level editor one.
Huh.
Oh wow, it is still being supported. That's interesting. This actually looks up my alley. I might re-download it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these, and some of these actually seem kind of fun again. Also, one that I kind of gloss over that is just like a straight up decent one was Polytopia. It's kind of like a bootleg is a harsh term for it. It's like a just mobile kind of simplified version of like the Civ games.
Polytopia.
Yeah. Honestly, that's about it. It's like a mobile version of the Civ games that's a little bit simpler. But I remember that was pretty good.
A lot of them. I used to play a lot of Tycoons by this company called Kairosoft. It's they have like a bunch of Tycoon games like Mega Mall Story, Game Dev Story, and they have versions of it on Switch too, but they're like extremely expensive on there for some reason. But if you like Tycoons, they have a lot of good ones you can get for like $3-4, and they're pretty good time passing games.
Oh, do you remember Bread Kittens?
Breadkin? I don't think so.
No.
I just saw that one, and Bread Puppies as well. That was one that it's basically Pokemon, and you collect cats and dogs. But instead of catching them with like a Pokeball, you put bread on their head.
Uh,
That sounds fun.
The soundtrack, like, it still gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, sometimes mobile game soundtracks just go so hard for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wish there was an easier list on here.
yeah, I think I'm kind of running out of the ones that are at least in my purchase history, like on this device, because there's probably older games that I played when I was still using like my dad's Apple ID to get games, like when I was a kid. But most of them I've re-downloaded on my own at some point or another, but there's probably some that I'm forgetting about.
Time to tell a joke you've already heard. Hey, how do you get Pikachu to ride a bus? You Pokemon. We'll be right back. So I think now we could just rag on mobile game ads again. So are there any ridiculously weird mobile game ads that you have seen?
Hey guys, it's me, Flying Gorilla. I got a new game on the App Store, Flying Gorilla. It's free download. I hope you check it out.
S tier immediately.
So we got the one good mobile game ad out of the way, so yeah.
Yeah.
You know the ones that piss me off? The ones where they play horribly on purpose?
Yeah.
Like, I get the mindset
Oh,
behind it, like, they want to, like, get some kids to, like, go, oh man, this
When
guy
it-
sucks, I could download it and I can play it better. But to
When it's like
me,
mom versus dad.
I remember those two, but yeah, playing horrible gameplay does not make me want to download the app. If anything, it makes me want to avoid it.
Yeah.
It
Also,
makes me upset.
yeah. Also, I have first of all, with the who they get to download those things, I did see a comment somewhere where somebody's like, I saw like a 3-year-old in public with his mom's iPad playing one of those shitty mobile games, immediately got an ad for another one of those mobile games, went straight to the App Store, downloaded it, played it until he got an ad for another one, went to the App Store and downloaded it. That's the demographic.
Oh my gosh.
They don't even watch the ads, they just see the colors and immediately go down to the App Store to download it. But yeah, I have in the past downloaded a couple of them just to see how bad they actually were. And like I played the ones like you know the ones where you have like someone shooting down a straight track and then you have to go into the you get 2 times the number of guys.
Yeah, the
or
multipliers.
-3,
Yeah,
where it's like
the
super
merging
basic
ones.
math and you can tell what the good and the bad ones are right away.
Like whoever
And,
has the bigger number
Those
wins.
motherfuckers run into the +2s instead of the ×2s, and I'm like, what is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
no, and like the reason they play so bad in those games and eventually lose is because if you're actually playing the game seriously, they are so brain dead easy and repetitive that there is nothing to them. Like they are actually made for toddlers.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I was
Hmm.
I was waiting for the game to like get hard. Like maybe they give me a bunch of different like options and they get like smaller zones, so I really have to make precise movements or something like that. But it was just the same stuff for like 5 minutes straight, and I was just waiting for it to get like challenging in any way that would make it engaging to play. But yeah, so I have attempted some of those just to see what they were really like, and yeah, they are just super repetitive, super easy. And also, like my phone got hot from playing them for like 5 minutes, so probably not very well optimized either.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
That's how I found out about Aqua Park was from an ad, but surprisingly it was pretty good.
Yeah, you'll get the good ones every now and then, but there's just been such a rise in those terrible ones as of lately. Some of these
Yeah.
games are just straight up auto-generated in general,
Yeah,
and they just end up making the Play Store and App Store full of shovelware. And
yeah.
I remember these
Also-
in particular too. I just posted it where you would
Yeah.
pull the line, and then they would purposely put the lava on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
yeah.
like every one of those mobile games has ads where there's gameplay like that, even if the game is nothing like that. Because it's the same thing with those games where it's like you have like a guy and there's a bunch of enemies that have numbers above their heads, and it's as simple as you take the guy to an enemy where you have a higher number than them, and then you defeat them and add their number to yours.
Like the Mafia
Again,
ones.
something that again, something like if you were actually playing it, there's no actual challenge. It's just like pick the number that's smaller than yours.
This is basically the Gardenscapes ads.
Yeah. But it's like none of these mobile games are actually like this. They all just use the same basic gameplay loop, which doesn't even seem interesting to begin with, so I don't know why they do it. But yeah,
At the
it's
very
like, that's
least,
not even
use
what the-
footage from your actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why wouldn't they?
I think I remember there's a game theory episode on this too, like talking about mobile game ads and wondering how like they're not getting into trouble for like false advertising. And I don't remember the entire video, but the basic gist of it was like it's not really causing enough harm to anybody for the government to really care about it, so like it just keeps happening.
Yay, brain rot.
Because it's like you downloaded a free app that did not have the gameplay that you saw in the ad. Like, yeah, it's very annoying, but from a legal priority standpoint, what's your damage? Was basically the mindset.
Yeah, I think the only thing
Mhm.
that they could get in trouble for is if it was paid. But since it's
Exactly.
free, it's the only thing you're really losing is your time, basically.
Yeah, you can make a case that everything that you're doing is perfectly legal as long as you don't make a profit off of it in some other way. Yuzu.
Wow. So I think that's going to be good enough for this episode. We're actually past an hour. Wow. So this is probably
Good. I do want to talk about shitty mobile games more.
Yeah,
I'm glad
we really
we talk
should.
more about the good ones.
Yeah, we'll make a whole episode on that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. This is probably the longest episode by far, I think. Yeah, it is. So if you guys have any ideas for episodes you want us to talk about, go ahead and comment below on YouTube or whatever platform you're on. And we will see you guys next time. If you guys want to plug anything, you can do it now.
I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/nessxjason. My username is probably on screen. I also have a YouTube channel that Firebro does most of the work for, and I have been slacking on, but you can also subscribe to that in the rare chance that the video pops up in your feed there. But mostly, catch me streaming on Twitch.
And for me, you can find me pretty much everywhere as Firebro999. If you're watching on YouTube, then you can clearly just click on my channel. But if you're not on YouTube, youtube.com/Firebro999. I upload gaming videos pretty much almost every day, but pretty much guaranteed every week. And if you want to talk to Nicole, just say hi in the comments and I'll let her know you said so.
I just hang out in Switch Plus.
Yeah. All right. So, bye-bye, everybody.
What if we
Bye.
made an episode about Halloween candy?
Shut up!